Good morning, class. It's Professor Wickety again. It's time for another class on Harry Potter trivia. Today's first question is, why does Dumbledore not consider using Harry's blood to gain passage to the cave protected by Lord Voldemort? Question 2. Of what wood is Lucius Malfoy's wand made? Aragog is no bigger than what type of dog when he hatches? Who was late to Slughorn's first supper party? On the way to Hogsmeade, where does Slughorn say he hopes to find Professor Flitwick? What spell temporarily parts the firestorm Dumbledore creates in the Horcrux cave? What do Harry and Dumbledore pull out of the cave waters to ferry them to the Horcrux? After Rupert Grint said what type of game pieces will not talk in front of muggles? Slughorn's goldfish transforms from the petal of what kind of flower? Who bets 2 galleons on Gryffindor for Ron's first game as keeper? Where does Ron regurgitate slugs into a bucket? What simple spell makes Draco master of the Elder Wand? Which Horcrux blackens Dumbledore's hand? How many points is the snitch worth to the seeker that catches it? According to Grippenhook, who are the only ones that can distinguish the sword of Gryffindor from the fake inside Bellatrix Lestrange's vault? Which Weasley brother first owns Gabber as a pet? Where does Bill and Flora's wedding take place? What is the spell Homimum Reveal used for? Dumbledore tells Harry his job is to keep making him do what in the Horcrux cave. When Harry looks in the cupboard under the stairs, one last time before leaving Privet Drive for good, what toy does he pick up? What happens to Slughorn's goldfish the day Lily Potter dies? Who was Hermione's going to invite to Slughorn's Christmas party? What means of transportation do Harry and Hagrid use during escape from Privet Drive? After Dumbledore's death, what's the first spell Harry tries against Snape? How many Death Eaters come through the vanishing cabinet into the room of requirement at the end of Harry's 6th year? Even when Harry is half conscious on Hagrid's motorbike, his wand still manages to splinter whose wand that Lord Voldemort is using. What creature do Harry Hermione and Ron watch fight off after Dumbledore's death? Who kisses Ron during the celebration of his first Quidditch win? Where does Harry spend his winter holiday during his 6th year at school? Who snatches some of Harry's hair to put in the Polyjuice potion the Order of the Phoenix uses to impersonate him? Which family does the ring Horcrux belong to? What must one say to hide the contents of the Marauder's map? Who finds Mundungus Fletcher and brings him to Grimmauld Place when Harry's looking for the stolen locket Horcrux? Which members of Dumbledore's army go to the Department of Mysteries with Harry, Ron, and Hermione? Where does Professor Snape teach Harry's alchemy? What is the strategy conceived by the Order to rescue Harry from Privet Drive without being identified? What does Draco show Dumbledore to prove he is serious about killing him? What is the license plate number for Hagrid's motorbike? At the Death Eaters meeting at Malfoy's Manor, what does Lord Voldemort offer Nagini as dinner? Who first notices Harry is falling in love with Ginny? Instead of Thughorn's office, where does Felix urge Harry to go once he takes the potion? What spell does Hermione use against the Death Eater who attacks them in the diner? Who kills Charity Barbods? Why does the Minister for Magic visit Harry the day of the Weasley wedding? Hagrid claims Harry was no bigger than Wet Creature when he brought him to Privet Drive as a baby. Hermione tells Harry that Wet Student is trying to slip him a love potion. What method of transportation does Hagrid use to deliver baby Harry to the Dursleys? A frightening figure of which wizard appears when Harry, Ron, and Hermione return to Grimmauld Place after the wedding? Name the 3 other prisoners Harry and Ron find in the dungeons of Malfoy's Manor. What item does Albus Dumbledore bequeath to Ron? What is the effect of the Dementor's kiss? What position does Victor Crumb play on the Bulgarian Quidditch team? Where does Harry sit in the vehicle Hagrid used to escape with him from Privet Drive? What spell does Harry cast against Lord Voldemort during their duel in the graveyard? I hope you're taking notes and studying well. There will be a quiz in the next class. Remember, wands up.